Today, we're covering some of the most intense and emotional moments you'll ever see in a courtroom. When evil killers face the families of their victims, tensions run high, and sometimes parents can't contain their rage.
You kept shooting him while his back was under the truck. You kept shooting him, man.
Get ready for some powerful and raw emotions as we dive into these dramatic encounters you have never seen before. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button and let's get into it. In November 2014, James Henderson committed a horrific crime, taking the lives of his best friends, Dario Taylor, 18, Lemon Bryant, 60, Shaylana Williams, 17, and Sharita Johnson, 41, who was pregnant at the time. A 9-year-old was also injured in the shooting spree. The murder weapon was found on Henderson 6 months later when he was apprehended by police. During the trial, Henderson pled guilty to the murders, and the courtroom was tense as victim impact statements were delivered.
My sister opened the door for you, looked out for you, acknowledged you, and you a scum, and you know you are. Your purpose was what? We have no sister, no mother, nobody for nothing. It's gone. Of a census act, you, for nothing. They didn't want to be bothered with you. You weren't satisfied enough. They gave you everything you had. You your own man. Why you didn't get your own?
Delray Sanders, the brother of one of the victims, expressed his anguish and anger towards Henderson.
You are nothing. Nothing. You never was. I don't even know how she opened the door for you. I don't even know how they can even allow you to even have such protection. But I'm gonna respect it and own up to it. Because you ain't even worth nothing I'm trying to do to you. I'm not here. I am like, first time I ever looked at you. Like, you are so pitiful as a person, man. I don't even know. Man, you are so lucky God has got this off my chest. And I'm thankful because you made my life change. You as a person have changed me.
Overcome by emotion, Sanders leaped towards Henderson, causing chaos in the courtroom.
I'm just thankful that God had made a way for us to find out who you are and who you is. You can breathe like that.
The confrontation was intense, resulting in Sanders being restrained and escorted out by the police. The court proceedings continued, and Henderson was sentenced to 5 consecutive life terms without the possibility of parole. This case remains a powerful example of the raw emotions and dramatic moments that can unfold in the pursuit of justice. If you think this is terrible, this next story might get you off your seat. On June 1st, 2012, Lucas Kendall, an armed security guard at a Miami strip club, encountered Kawan Bird and Michael Smathers in a parking lot. Kendall claimed he saw the two men rolling marijuana in their truck. When he approached, a confrontation ensued. Kendall alleged he felt threatened, and believing his life was in danger, he opened fire. Bird was shot multiple times and died, while Smathers was left paralyzed. The courtroom drama intensified when Kendall decided to represent himself, claiming the evidence was fabricated against him because he was white.
Well, the first thing we needed to address is he's been restored to competency.
Correct, Your Honor. There are 2 evaluations from Dr. Ruiz Quintana and Dr. Richardson. They both find that he's competent.
Despite his efforts, the jury found Kendall guilty of second-degree murder and attempted second-degree murder. Kendall's trial was filled with tension and dramatic moments. At one point, as he defended himself, he claimed that his prosecution was racially motivated and linked to the aftermath of the George Zimmerman case. The judge warned him to stick to the facts, but Kendall persisted, causing uproar in the courtroom.
So the trajectory coming from outside of the vehicle would have to come in that downward.
I'm sorry, I'm not sure what you're referring to.
Emotions ran throughout the trial, leading to a dramatic confrontation. The family of Kawan Bird, who had attended every court session, could no longer contain their grief and anger.
Yeah, but my son is dead, man. My son is dead. He needs to go to prison. He don't need to be laying no mental hospital. He need to go to prison, man. Come on, sir.
Bird's father, in a moment of intense emotion, lunged at Kendall during the proceedings, causing a chaotic scene that required courtroom security to intervene and restore order.
He want to play crazy. He wasn't crazy when he killed my son, man. He wasn't crazy then, but he crazy now. All of a sudden he crazy now. You want to lay in a mental hospital? You don't murder my son, man, for nothing. When he was trying to get away from you was trying to get away from you, man. And you kept shooting him while his back was under the truck. You kept shooting him, man. You kept shooting him in his back. His back was turned to you, man.
Kendall's decision to act as his own attorney did not help the case. He was sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole for the murder of Kawan Bird and received an additional 30 years for the attempted murder of Michael Smathers. Hold your horses, because this next story will blow your mind. In the summer of 2013, East Cleveland police made a gruesome discovery. The bodies of 3 women, Shatisha Sheely, Angela Deskins, and Sherelle Terry, were found in various stages of decomposition, hidden in trash bags. Michael Madison, a registered sex offender with a violent past, had brutally murdered all. On May 5, 2016, the jury found Madison guilty on all charges, including aggravated murder and kidnapping. The verdict was swift, with the jury deliberating for less than a day, and he was sentenced to death.
I am struck by the sheer inhumanity of what one human being can do to not one, but 3 human beings. It is incomprehensible. You cajoled, lured, and deceived Shatisha Sheely, Angela Deskins, and Sherelle Terry to your apartment for your depraved purposes. You went on to abuse the corpses of these 3 victims. You stripped them from the waist down. You folded them in half, binding them so that their feet were up by their ears. You wrapped them in multiple layers of trash bags, and you discarded them. Upon consideration of the relevant evidence, the testimony exhibits admitted in mitigation, it is the judgment of this court that the aggravated circumstances of course of conduct, felony murder, kidnapping, felony murder, rape, of which the defendant was convicted, outweigh the mitigating factors by proof beyond a reasonable doubt. Accordingly, the sentence of death is imposed upon the defendant Michael Madison on counts 1, 4, and 7.
During the sentencing phase, emotions ran high. On June 2, 2016, the court sentenced Madison to death. However, it was during this hearing that a dramatic and heartbreaking confrontation occurred.
How you doing, Your Honor? My name is Van Terry. Wow, that's Sherelle Terry. Right now, I guess we're supposed to, in our hearts, forgive this clown who's touched our families, taken my child.
Van Terry, the father of Sherelle Terry, one of Madison's victims, took the stand to give his victim impact statement. As he spoke, Madison was seen smirking, an action that pushed Terry over the edge. In a moment of raw emotion and anger, Terry lunged at Madison, seeking retribution for his daughter's senseless murder. Although we do not encourage any of these acts, regardless, let us know in the comments section which parent act surprised you or what you would have suggested in such an instance. And that's a wrap. See you next time.